I'm 75 now, and I can't remember anybody except the Queen being there. I was a separated wife, the Prince of Wales. I was a problem. Full stop. Never happened before. What do we Queen Camilla has finally broken her silence with a confession that could change everything. What did she reveal that has royal insiders stunned? Stay tuned to uncover the jaw-dropping details. And don't forget to hit subscribe for the latest royal bombshells. For many years, Camilla's public image has been somewhat reserved and understated. Often seen as a supportive figure beside her husband, she has consciously maintained a low profile, emphasizing service and duty rather than the spotlight. Yet, behind the poised exterior lies a complex woman who has endured personal trials while carrying the weight of royal expectations. Camilla's quiet presence and dedication to charitable causes have slowly reshaped public perception, portraying her as a compassionate and strong royal figure. In a recent interview, however, Camilla did something no one expected. She opened up like never before. As the cameras rolled, she spoke candidly about her experiences, unveiling a confession that took everyone by surprise. Can't mimic voices for love or money. I'm completely hopeless that it is. Without giving away too much just yet, it's safe to say that this revelation has changed the way many perceive her and shed light on the struggles she has faced within the royal framework. The interview was held in a setting befitting the gravity of the conversation, a beautifully decorated drawing room within one of the royal residences. Soft lighting, elegant floral arrangements, and a subdued yet regal ambience created an intimate space for Queen Camilla to speak freely. The interviewer, known for their respectful and thoughtful approach, allowed Camilla to lead the conversation, giving her the comfort and control she rarely enjoys during public appearances. When the moment came, Queen Camilla paused briefly before revealing a personal struggle that had been weighing on her for years. In a calm and collected tone, she admitted that despite her composed exterior, she often felt overwhelmed by the public's harsh judgment. "I think I had to give you the go-ahead. You did," being compared unfavorably to her predecessor and constantly scrutinized made her feel isolated and burdened. This vulnerability, coming from someone usually perceived as stoic and reserved, left both the interviewer and the audience in a stunned silence. Camilla acknowledged that there were moments when she questioned her place in the monarchy. The pressure to live up to public expectations while supporting her husband's duties felt at times insurmountable. But she also expressed how her love for King Charles and her commitment to service kept her grounded, giving her the strength to carry on. The confession immediately sparked a wave of reactions from royal fans and media outlets. Social media exploded with mixed opinions, some applauding her honesty and courage, others debating her suitability as queen consort. Supporters praised her for speaking her truth, emphasizing that it made her more relatable and human. And with her on the way to being queen consort, there was going to be people or body. Detractors, however, questioned whether such openness was appropriate for a royal figure. Nonetheless, one sentiment was unanimous. The confession added a new layer of depth to the often misunderstood Queen Camilla. Living under the royal spotlight is often perceived as a life of luxury and privilege, but Camilla's experience has been anything but glamorous. From the very beginning, she was thrust into a world of intense scrutiny, where every word, every gesture, and every appearance was dissected by the media and public alike. Camilla opened up about the toll this constant scrutiny took on her mental health. Imagine being criticized for every single move you make. How you dress, how you speak, even how you smile. For Camilla, the pressure was magnified by the public's lingering attachment to Princess Diana. The late Princess of Wales was a beloved icon, and Camilla was unfairly painted as the other woman. This narrative overshadowed her own identity, making it nearly impossible for her to establish herself as a legitimate member of the royal family. "I've had more contact With people and theirs been less formalities. It's the type of program Camilla revealed that at times she felt like a ghost in her own life. She was present but not truly seen or heard. The relentless comparisons to Diana made her feel as though she was living in someone else's shadow, a shadow she could never escape despite her best efforts to move forward. The stigma of being the so-called home wrecker clung to her like a scarlet letter, haunting her every step. Camilla also shared how the royal protocols added another layer of pressure. Unlike other members of the family who had been groomed for royal life since birth, Camilla had to learn the rules and expectations quickly. Simple tasks like making public speeches, attending state functions, and interacting with foreign dignitaries became daunting challenges. There was always the fear of making a mistake, of saying the wrong thing or appearing too casual. People would get fed up, and all these young feel nothing is ever happening, so of course they are going to get frustrated. The emotional toll of constantly trying to fit into a mold that wasn't hers was immense. Camilla admitted that she often felt like an outsider within her own family. The royal family, with its strict protocols and rigid hierarchy, was an intimidating environment to navigate. While Charles was supportive, other members of the family were less welcoming. Camilla didn't name names, but her expression spoke volumes. She shared a story about her first official engagement as Duchess of Cornwall. The pressure to make a good impression was intense. Reporters lined the streets, eager to capture any misstep. Camilla recalled how her hands trembled as she shook hands with dignitaries, terrified of saying the wrong thing. She felt like she was walking on eggshells, afraid that one wrong move would reinforce the public's perception of her as an unworthy consort. But over time, Camilla learned to trust herself. She found strength in her vulnerabilities, embracing the fact that she wasn't perfect and didn't need to be. This realization was liberating. By accepting her flaws, she discovered a newfound confidence that allowed her to stand tall, not just as Charles's wife, but as a queen consort in her own right. Just interest, but of service, of understanding of the way that people and community. Camilla's confession also highlighted the universal struggle of trying to be enough in a world that constantly tells you otherwise. She might have been a royal, but her experiences of self-doubt, fear, and the desire for acceptance were deeply relatable. For viewers, it was a reminder that even those who seem to have it all still face inner battles that money, status, and power can't erase. Behind every strong woman is a network of unwavering support. And for Camilla, that support system was crucial. During the interview, she expressed immense gratitude for the people who stood by her through the toughest times. At the center of that support system was King Charles. Their bond was more than just a marriage. It was a partnership forged through adversity. Charles never wavered in his belief that Camilla belonged by his side, to serve you with loyalty, respect, and love. During moments of self-doubt, he would remind her of her worth and how much she meant to him. Camilla also credited her children Tom and Laura for keeping her grounded. Despite the royal chaos, they treated her the same way they always had, with love, humor, and respect. They never saw her as a queen consort just as their mother. Their unconditional support provided a sense of normalcy that Camilla desperately needed. Friends also played a vital role in her journey. During the darkest days of media scrutiny, they acted as her sounding board, offering a safe space where she could vent her frustrations and fears. These close friends saw beyond the public persona and recognized the kind-hearted, witty woman beneath the crown. The interview ended with Camilla reflecting on a transformative moment that brought her a sense of acceptance. It happened during a royal event where she was expected to deliver a speech. The room was filled with prominent figures, all eyes fixed on her. Those not worry too much about the things, the fashions, the things that come and go. And to understand what Camilla felt the familiar wave of anxiety wash over her. But as she began to speak, something shifted. For the first time, she wasn't just reading a speech. She was speaking from the heart. The audience listened not just to her words, but to her emotions. They saw a woman who had endured years of public judgment, yet remained dignified and compassionate. When she finished, the applause was louder than she had ever heard. After the event, a woman in the crowd approached her and said, "I used to judge you, but today I saw the real you. Thank you for sharing your heart." That moment was a turning point for Camilla. It was a reminder that, despite the criticism and controversies, she could still change minds and touch hearts. It wasn't about being perfect. It was about being authentic, and for Camilla that was enough respect. Need to deal with it, not least of all Kazam, since assuming her role as queen consort, Camilla has embraced her duties with quiet determination. Whether accompanying the king on state visits or hosting dignitaries, she has been a steadfast presence. As the nation adjusted to the transition from the late Queen Elizabeth Roman II, Camilla's composed demeanor provided a sense of continuity. Her commitment to charitable work continued unabated, reinforcing her reputation as a compassionate and hardworking royal. Under King Charles Roman III and Queen Camilla, the monarchy has adopted a more modern, inclusive approach. Camilla has played a significant role in this transformation, advocating for causes that reflect contemporary societal issues. Her dedication to raising awareness around domestic violence and promoting children's literacy highlights a forward-thinking royal approach by breaking her silence about personal challenges. Camilla has set a precedent for transparency in the royal family, subtly guiding the monarchy into a new era. What do you think about Queen Camilla's confession? Does her openness make her more relatable? Or do you think royals should maintain a more reserved image? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more royal updates and stories.